Welcome to the RV Rental Secrets podcast. I'm your host, Stacy Maxon, and I'm thrilled to guide you through the journey of launching, growing, and managing a profitable RV rental business.
Hey y'all, welcome to this episode of RV Rental Secrets podcast. I am Garr, your co-host, with Stacy, your co-host. We've got some exciting stuff to talk about. So let's dive right in. So we want to talk about the RV rental industry. So we've got this article here from Business Wire, which is a Berkshire Hathaway company. And in this article that was released April 30th, 2024, I'm sure Stacy will put a link to it somewhere. This is the title for the article here. It says, Global Recreational Vehicle RV Rental Report for 2024. It says the market to grow by $353 million during 2023 to 2020, driven by the growing number of digital nomads and rising popularity of outdoor adventures. Man, what do you think about that, Stacy?
Yeah, I believe it. It amazes me in the industry when I talk to people, they still don't know about renting out their RV or renting an RV. You have to explain the concept to them. So it's definitely a growing industry. There's a lot of people that don't know about it yet.
I know it's funny. I was just talking to a gentleman yesterday in Kentucky. He's like, okay, so like I set the RV up on the side of my house and they come live in it. I don't get, like, what does that mean? Like rent the RV, and yeah, people don't understand that. Just like you've got Airbnbs for houses, you've got Turos for cars. In fact, they even have Swimly, where you can rent out your pool. You can rent out your garage and your yard. Like people will rent your yard so their dog can run around it. You can rent everything nowadays, basically. And the RV rental industry, yeah, is exploding. And just not even that, just the RV lifestyle. Campgrounds are going up around the country. Campgrounds are selling for an all-time high. National and state parks are being built around the country. We have a franchise coming on right now. Tom in Georgia, he's got an RV dealership and RV storage, and he's building a campground. And then he stumbled upon us. Now he's starting a fireside RV franchise. And so people in the RV industry already, they get it. They see it. Like this industry is exploding. Like even during COVID, when the world shut down and you couldn't fly anywhere, people got in their RVs and started traveling around and living the nomad lifestyle. So this is amazing here. It says, the study identifies the increase in demand for recreational vehicles as one of the prime reasons for driving the recreational vehicle rental market growth during the next few years. And I know something that we've seen when we reach out to RV owners to tell them about our management offering. Something we've seen is a lot of RV owners are trying to sell their RVs because they bought them during COVID. I mean, the RV sales were all-time high through COVID. Now they're trying to sell them because they can travel, or they realize they don't want to do it. It was like a timeshare. They didn't really think it through when they bought it. Now they're trying to exit it. What they're not realizing is they're upside down on it. Like they bought it zero down. I mean, they were offering finance out to 25, 30 years in some of these drivable. And now they're trying to sell it, but they're competing with the dealerships because the dealerships sold so many RVs during a time. Now their dealerships are working hard to try and sell RVs. They're competing with people that bought RVs for a premium price. And so we've been on a mission to educate consumers. Hey, unless you're willing to take a $5,000, like a 20% hit on selling this, we can rent it out for you for a season or two, help you pay that down some, and then you can sell it.
Yeah, definitely. And I've even seen, like you mentioned, the RV sales were at an all-time high during COVID, and they're much lower now. So I've even seen some dealerships switching to the RV rental model to try to get rid of some of their inventory that way. So, I think that's another reason why it's predicted that the RV rental market is growing, because a lot of people are choosing to rent rather than buy, because the prices, if you only plan to camp 1 or 2 times a year, it's more beneficial for you to rent an RV. It's going to be less expensive than purchasing an RV and having all of those costs of ownership.
Yeah, exactly. This article is just amazing. How much growth? 353 million in the next 5 years And to give you guys a little bit of history on the RV rental industry, we started Fireside in 2016. RV Share, who is like the Airbnb of this industry, they're the leaders in RV rental peer-to-peer platform. They started in 2013. Outdoorsy came in between those and just diving into the industry and going to industry conferences and getting involved with different industry associations. I learned a lot about the RV industry, especially from Bert, the founder of MBA Insurance out of Arizona. Little shout out to MBA Insurance. If you haven't heard of them, they're the founders of RV rental insurance. They literally started in 1978. I always remember that date because that's the year I was born. So I met Mr. Bert in Las Vegas at a rental conference, and he was, telling me when he started in 1978. But anyway, the way things used to be is a lot of dealerships had RV rentals. That was part of their lead generation system. They put people in rentals and they make money that way, and then they'd sell them RVs, and they did it for various reasons. They could depreciate the inventory and rent it out for low and then sell it as used and different things like that, offset their floor plan financing. Then what happened is there was like a mass exodus. All of a sudden, everybody got out of RV rentals. A majority did. And now all of a sudden, there's this gap in the market. Well, a guy bought an RV to take his family on a camping trip. Once he got back from that, he said, hey, I'm going to rent my RV. He realized, man, there's really no platform for this, outside of like Craigslist and Facebook. So he started a little platform called RVshares.com, which he ended up, I forget, he sold his equity of that for, I don't know if it was 100 million, a lot. It was at least tens of millions of dollars that he sold his portion of. And now we have this peer-to-peer space. And so that's kind of the history of the RV rental industry. So RV rentals has always been a thing. It's just that's been the evolution of it. And then you've always had, like Cruise America has been around forever. But the difference between Cruise America and renting somebody's RV personally is, Cruise America, you're renting a billboard on wheels. They don't have slide outs, they don't have stabilizers, they don't have, a lot of the luxury that when you rent somebody's personal RV, a lot of that luxury that you get, and you're not driving a billboard around on wheels. So it's been interesting to see kind of the evolution of the RV industry. And now, like we were just talking about a minute ago, we have several RV dealerships that are partnered with Fireside that are getting back in because they see the various ways that they can monetize rentals.
Yeah, and I think because of the peer-to-peer platforms that are out there now, it makes it that much easier for people to kind of test the waters. I know that's how I got started. I was renting out my own personal RV, and it was really successful for us, which made me think, oh, maybe I can turn this into a business. And at that point, I was just thinking of purchasing other RVs to rent out. And that's when I found the whole concept of RV rental management and Fireside. And that's when we jumped in and started our own franchise. You can test your market, see if an RV rental is going to do well in your area. And then if it does, that's when you might want to make the decision to start an RV rental business.
Yeah. And one of the ways that we help leads that come into Fireside that are thinking about starting a franchise, one of the ways that we help them determine an area, we'll give you guys a little bit of our, I guess this is RV rental secret. So I guess we'll give you one of our secrets. We do what's called a market research report for them. And there's several things that we do. And a couple of them are really, really simple ways to see if there's going to be a demand in their area. First, in their area, we'll just Google RV dealership or RV repair facility or RV storage or campground. We'll just look to see what's taking, in the various facets of the industry, what's going on. So it makes me think of, we just launched in South Dakota. Dana and Mickey launched a Fireside in South Dakota, and we did their market research report. They had like 74 campgrounds within like a 25-mile radius. So that there was like a flashing light, like, yes, there's a demand here. So that's something you could simply do. Look to see, okay, what's for campgrounds in my area? What's dealerships, this and that. Then another thing you can do is just go to RVshare.com and just search for rentals in your area, and you'll see how many RVs are showing in your area. That might not be the main indicator. A better indicator of that would be to click into the listings, see what their calendars look like, see how much they're renting for per night. if you see there's only maybe a dozen RVs within a 10, 20 mile radius of you, but their calendars are booked full, and they're getting a premium per night, well, that's a very good indicator that, man, there's a demand here.
Talking about trends in the RV rental industry, do you see certain models or certain types of RVs that rent better than others?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, when you when you think of your main audience that you're going to serve, it's families that are either they're going to see things and do things, or they're families that are going to a destination. And so with that being said, families that are going to travel around and see a bunch of things, I feel like I just got this epiphany as I was saying that. Those are typically smaller families. They've only got a couple kids. And correct me if I'm wrong here, Stacy, but you don't typically see a family with 5 kids and they're going to circle the country. A family with 5 kids, they're typically wanting like a bunkhouse travel trailer and they're going to a state camp. Is that accurate to you as well?
Area, and I don't know, maybe New York State is kind of difficult with state campgrounds. They don't have hookups and they're kind of outdated where RVs don't fit well in them. So in our area, it was more private resort style campgrounds, and they were willing to pay more of a luxury price because they were looking for that like ultimate vacation and experience. But yeah, definitely the bunkhouse campers were our top rental.
Yeah, that's a good point. The people are looking to glamp more than camp. Yeah. Yeah. And I think those campers that you get where it's like they rent every year, those are more of your state, federal campgrounds. They're going with 3, 4, 5 other families. Like that's their tradition. That's what they grew up doing, is going to that specific campground. So yeah, bunkhouse travel trailers, most definitely. And then, yeah, you get into different areas, and it gets a little different. Like you go to mountains in Arizona or South Dakota or Colorado, and somebody might want a 1921 foot, pull behind that they can hook up to their van or their off-road vehicle or something like that. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we had good luck too with, like you mentioned, smaller campers. A lot of first-time renters, like they wanted that experience of learning to tow. So having a smaller unit available, one of our best sellers. And then we did the walkthrough and taught them everything about towing and working the camper. So that was kind of a benefit to them because they got the crash course of how to operate it. And a lot of times they were looking to see if they wanted to buy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, what else should we talk about here, Stacy, in regards to the future of the RV rental industry?
What other trends are you foreseeing? Is there something that you think that's going to happen that's not necessarily happening now?
Something I noticed during COVID and when there's shifts in the economy is, and I have a real estate background. I own, Airbnbs and multi-unit rentals, this and that. And you have different classes of properties. So, you have like class A's and class B's and class C's. And so as the market shifts, you might have a renter for your property that they want a high-end rental. And then the economy shifts and maybe that becomes, they want a class B rental now. And so, you figure out a healthy mix of rentals so that you can always serve an audience. And I think that's the cool thing about RV rentals is there's always an audience to serve. So if there's a shift in the economy to where people tighten their belts a little bit, a different audience is going to come and step into RVing. So if it's, hey, there's a kind of like with COVID where you just couldn't travel, the people that typically they're going to fly to Mexico or do whatever they do, overseas travel during COVID, they didn't stop traveling. They rented an RV and drove around the country. They were still vacationing. They were just having to be more creative about it. And so that's one of the things I like about the RV rental industry is as the economy goes up and down, we're kind of can serve all the different audiences. Heck, we even see a trend that we've seen is for like festivals and large corporate events is people want like the luxurious class A's or the luxurious fifth wheels. Heck, even at shooting events, equestrian events, you name it, all the different kinds of events where people are gathering together to do something. Heck, it could be, and one of the things we're working on doing is actually creating event ideas for people. Like, hey, do a corporate yoga retreat, partner with a campground, do a father-daughter camping event, partner with a campground and do it, So basically you've got a home on wheels. group those together and create an event around it. You know, it could be whatever. Mom's getting away for the weekend that love to knit. You know, I mean, just go wild with it, right? It's like you've got the house on wheels, group them together and create the event. So that's the thing that I love about the RV rental industry is you can get super creative with that. So there's always a niche, there's always a need.
Yeah, I think another thing I've found is RV rentals in rural areas. We're in a very rural area, and like you had mentioned, equestrian events is really popular. There's no hotels, motels. There might be a couple Airbnbs, but there's no other place for these people to stay. So to bring RVs in and have them stay on private lands or maybe a fairgrounds, that's something I think that's emerging in the RV rental industry that's getting more popular in rural areas as well.
Yep, I agree. So I think we proved our point, Stacy. The RV rental industry has been here. It's staying here. It's going to be here for years to come.
Yeah, and it just continues to grow.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you guys for joining us this week, and I hope you see the possibilities in the RV rental industry like we do. It's brought us a lot of great success, and we hope that it'll bring success to you as well. And we hope that you'll join us for next week's episode.
All right, y'all. Have a blessed one.
Bye.